So watch this. I'll just type one prompt into the sidebar inside of PowerPoint, and a few seconds later, I have an entire editable deck. This is free ChatGPT, and it just moved into PowerPoint last week. And yes, you heard me right. That's the best part. It's completely free, whereas Microsoft Copilot charges money for this, and it doesn't work as well. This is the best option if you want to edit PowerPoints. Let me show you how to use it. So here's the deal. OpenAI dropped an official ChatGPT add-in for Microsoft PowerPoint. It lives in a sidebar right inside of the app, and you never have to leave the deck to use it. OpenAI breaks the whole thing down into 4 core features: build, update, understand, and polish. I'm going to walk you through each one in just a second, but the most important thing to know up front, everything it creates stays fully editable. We're not talking about flat images here like some competitors. It writes directly into native text boxes and shapes, so you can make changes if you disagree with something. So how do you get started with this? Well, it's really simple. All you need is free ChatGPT account and PowerPoint. Whether that's Windows or Mac, both will work. Now, here's one note. This is available for the web version too, but in our testing, that did not work close to as well as the desktop ones do. So stick with the desktop versions of PowerPoint and let's get going. To set it up, you open up your own PowerPoint. You start a new presentation, then you navigate to the Home tab up here. You click Add-ins, and in the search box, you're gonna search for ChatGPT. You're gonna hit the Add button and then open it from the ribbon up here. And finally, you just sign in with your OpenAI account and voila, that's it. As I mentioned before, this does work on every single ChatGPT plan, both on the free one, Plus, Pro, Business, Enterprise, all of them. For now, let's actually use this thing. Let's start with build, the first step. For this demo, I'm going to use 2 real files that we actually use for our YouTube channel. First of all, we have a markdown document called YouTube DNA. I developed this over the years, and it's kind of the ultimate file on this YouTube channel. What we are, what we aren't, what works, what our values are, and so much more. It's a written breakdown of everything. And then I have an export of our actual YouTube analytics for 2026. Now, you'll have different files, but I'm just showing you these are 2 files I have. You can upload this right into here, and now we will proceed to turn them into a presentation. All I'll say is something like built an 8-slide state of the channel deck for our team using these 2 files. Lead with what's working, what's not, and what we should double down on next quarter. This is just what I had on my mind with some specific slides that I expect, but you could keep this open-ended and just let ChatGPT be creative. I'll just click send. So right now it's working. It's pulling specific numbers from those analytics. It's getting the channel positioning straight from the DNA document that I have. It's building real slides in the actual deck. And to prove that this is real PowerPoint and not some fake preview, watch me click into this title and just edit it. Like so, boom, done. Native text boxes. You can do whatever you want with this deck afterwards. That's honestly my favorite part. Okay, so now let's say I look at the deck and I realize I want to add something. This is where update comes in. So I can type something like add a slide that breaks down our top 5 videos by watch time and include takeaways. And it just inserts it without touching the rest of the deck. Next up, understand. This one is sneaky powerful. I can ask something like read this deck like you're a channel manager, and it reads my entire deck and gives me a real critique. Weak spots, missing data, the questions my team would actually ask. I'm using it just like ChatGPT, but inside of PowerPoint. That's the idea here. Honestly, this alone is worth using before you hold any presentation that matters. And finally, polish. So for example, I'll select this slide right here and say slide 9 has far too much text. Make it more concise. And it rewrites just that slide. Cleaner copy, tighter language, same intent. I love the keyword concise with AI overall. I use it all the time. Now, I told you that we'd come back to what really sets us apart from Microsoft's own Copilot. And this is it, connectors. You can connect ChatGPT and PowerPoint to a ton of different external apps you probably use, like Gmail, Calendar, or the example that we'll be showing here, Notion. So instead of digging through files to feed it, you can then turn into presentations, you could prompt something like, find a page called 6 Reasons to Switch to Gemini, and turn it into a presentation here. And it goes and grabs that source material for you. So anything that you can connect, you can turn into raw materials for your decks. Now, this is a paid plan feature. This is not going to be available on the free one. So real quick, let's zoom out and let's look at some competing products here, because there's some of these out there, right? With Microsoft's own Copilot, which has been there for a while, trying to do the same thing. We have Anthropic's Claude, which showed up back in September of last year. They also have an extension like this. And now there's ChatGPT. And here's the wild part. Copilot for PowerPoint costs around $30 per user per month. ChatGPT just walked in and offered the same kind of thing for free. And honestly, this ChatGPT one works the best out of all 3 of these, which is kind of crazy. And there's also standalone applications like Gamma. We made a standalone video on that. But this also puts real pressure on those because this tool is starting to work so well that why do you need a standalone application if you can just do it in PowerPoint? I think there's still a lot of value to those other apps, but it's still early. Honestly, this is a beta right now, as OpenAI claims it. If you need to stick to complex corporate templates with custom fonts and brand styling, it can get a little inconsistent sometimes, and you might need to polish and loop back. And also in a similar fashion, it can sometimes delete content that might matter to you. So at the end of the day, you always have to review what it produces. And most of the time I find this is a starting point, not a finished product, but it's so helpful. And there you go. PowerPoint just got significantly smarter and it's free. The install takes under a minute. If you haven't tried AI for slides yet, it has become so good. You should totally give this a shot yourself. And if you want more tutorials like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We make videos like this every single week. My name is Igor, and I hope you have a wonderful day.